Hello there, beautiful people. This is Nathaniel with the Fat Stacks Academy, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make over $2,400 with the best bank account and credit card bonuses of February 2024. So, if you're up for making some fat stacks, hit that like button and let's get stacking. Banks and credit card companies are making money off of you whether you like it or not, but they're also competing against each other for you and your money. Last year, I made over $17,000 by exploiting this, and I want to show you how to do the same for this month. My goal for 2024 is to take $10 million from the bank by helping 1,000 people make $10,000 or more. You're welcome. But first, to find the best offers, we need to understand what the banks are looking for from you. The first thing they want is your direct deposit or paycheck. So when they know how much money is coming into your account every month, they know how much they can invest and earn some interest on that. And if your bank isn't paying you for that or your direct deposit, maybe it's time to find one that will. The second thing banks want is our spending. They get a slice of each transaction you make, whether you're paying for your groceries, dining out, your car insurance. They make a percentage of that, and if you're not getting the most amount possible, the banks are taking advantage. The third and most obvious thing is they want your money. Whatever money you have deposited in your account regularly, they're investing in other people, businesses, and institutions and making interest off of it. Lots of banks want that, and they're willing to give a bonus for you to transfer your money over to them. So let's see what the best ones are for this month. I'm a professional painter and small business owner. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. This content is for educational and informational purposes only. You might also be asking yourself, why is this incredibly handsome guy who could obviously be making millions of dollars as a professional model or actor be helping me make some fat wads of cash? If I'm being honest, there's two reasons for this. The first one is that I love you. The second one is that many of the offers listed in the description and that I talk about have affiliate links, and if you use my links, I will make some money from them. I do try every single time before I post this video to search the web for the best offers available, and I do post the best links that I can find, even if they aren't the ones that are affiliates that make me money. But you are talking to someone who you've never met in person from the internet, and it's always best for you to do your own research, search for the offers, and make sure that they're competitive. But if they are the best offer available, by clicking the link, it is a super helpful way to help me continue what I'm doing here. With all that out of the way, let's get to the best offers this week and start stacking. All right, so the first offer we're going to look for is what we can do with our paycheck to make some extra money. Right now, Wells Fargo bank account is offering a $325 bonus if you have $1,000 worth of direct deposit within the first 90 days. And that's about it. You just go to your HR department, or if you drive Uber, Lyft, or something like that, or have disability or some other benefit that pays you regularly through a direct deposit, just change your information to the Wells Fargo account that you can sign up for with this link. If you have just $1,000 within a 90-day period, they'll pay you $325. I did this bonus last year. It was super straightforward. I only deposited $1,000 and I got paid out within about 3 months. 10-20 minutes to sign up for the account, direct deposit. You can take the money out right after that because it's just a direct deposit requirement, and you make an extra $325. There are some minimum fees on this account that are avoidable. There's a $10 monthly fee if you don't have a regular $500 direct deposit every single month or a $500 minimum balance in the checking account. So what I did, because I'm always looking for new direct deposit bonuses and I didn't want to tie it up to avoid that $10 fee, I just left $500 in there, set a reminder on my calendar to take the money out once that I was paid out that $325 bonus. The really cool thing about this offer is it's Wells Fargo, a big bank. They will let you do this every 12 months. So once you get paid out, I'd recommend closing the account and just get back in line to get this offer again next year. So for our paycheck this month, we're going to add $325 to our stack. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about this month is finding the best possible offer for our spending. So we want to get paid as much as possible by finding the best credit card to sign up for this month. If you've watched some of my other videos, I personally only apply for a new credit card every 3 months, so there's going to be some lag this month in case you do have a slot open. These are two best offers I could find. We're going to have two different offers. The first one is another Chase Ink cards. I've recommended them in the last two videos, and it's just because they're the most profitable ones if you're able to meet the spend. This is the Chase Ink Preferred. So they are offering a $1,000 sign-up bonus when you spend $8,000 on the card in the first 3 months. It's a little bit more spend than a lot of personal cards out there, but the thing I love about the Chase cards that I've been able to do is credit card funding with credit unions to help meet that minimum spend requirement. And I'll talk a little bit more about that after I talk a little bit about this card and its offer. I'll post the benefits of this card over here with some of their spending multipliers. For our purposes, I'm just looking for it for the cash back and the welcome bonus. It is actually a really cool travel card if you don't have one that has some of the basic benefits you'd find in a Chase Sapphire Preferred. The other cool thing is with this $1,000 sign-up bonus and any other cash back that you would get with this, they're earned in the form of Chase Ultimate Rewards. And when you have this card, it's worth another 25% when booked on travel through Chase's portal. If you have a $1,000 bonus, it could be worth up to $1,250 just booking through their portal. The downside about this offer, and it's the first time I've posted an offer with this, there is a $95 annual fee that I can't find a way to waive the first year. So we do have to subtract that from that $1,000 offer to be honest about what we're making here. But you're also going to get at least 1% back on all your spending. There are some better spending categories. They're mostly business, but if you have like internet and things like that, you can get up to 3% back. For our purposes and accounting for how much we can make from this offer, I'm just going to assume you only got 1% back. So that's another $80. Now, as you might be asking, this is a business card. There are in the US, very lax what's considered a legitimate business. You don't have to be an LLC. And technically, if you're buying and selling things online, you are making money as a sole proprietor. Also, if you drive Uber, you have some sort of gig job, or you have any what's considered 1099 income that's not directly from your paycheck, you are able to apply for business cards as a sole proprietorship. I'm going to put a link up here to a mock application I did for another Chase Inc. card a few months ago. You just have to scroll a little bit past in the video if you need any help with that. So one funding tip with Chase cards that I like to use is finding a credit union that has credit card funding when you sign up for it. And they have a pretty generous amount that you can actually fund with your credit card. So what I'll do when I get a Chase Inc. card, I will look for a credit union that has some credit card funding and then open it with the maximum amount. And then in 20 to 30 days, I'll just use that money that would have been in the checking account from the credit union to pay off the card. So that way it helps me meet that minimum spend requirement. The most important thing to know when you do this is when you get your credit card, set the cash advance limit to $0 or $100 or much less. This is not an offer specifically to this video, but I am a member of Key Point Credit Union and they have up to $2,500 worth of credit card funding. So if that $8,000 limit is a little bit tricky for you to go through, I'd recommend finding a credit union. You can email me at fatstacksacademy@gmail.com. Email will also be in the description. Another offer later on in the video does have $500 worth of credit card funding, and that could help you meet that $8,000 minimum spend requirement as well. If you're thinking about applying for the Chase Inc. Preferred, this is considered more of a premium business credit card, and I would personally recommend you at least have a credit score of about 720 before applying for best chances. The last thing you want to do is get an extra hard pull on your credit for a card you don't get approved for. It happens to me sometimes, but if you can avoid it, it's ideal. Also, if you've applied for other Chase cards recently, 2 in the last 30 days or more, I wouldn't apply right now. And if you've gotten 5 or more personal credit cards in the last 24 months, Chase might instantly deny you without looking at the rest of your application. But with this offer, it's a $1,000 sign-up bonus minus the $95 annual fee, plus the $80 you get on $8,000 in spend. Brings the total to $985. I'm not going to add this one to the Fat Stacks counter for this month because realistically, you shouldn't be getting more than one credit card every month. And the American Express one I'm talking about next is going to be a bit higher. Since I have repeatedly suggested Chase Inc. cards in my last 2 monthly videos, I'm going to give you one other one that could make you more money. It's a little bit harder to meet the requirements, but it could be a good fit if not looking to get a new Chase Inc. card this month because you've applied for one recently. Me personally, I don't get one more than every 3 to 6 months just to do my best to stay on Chase's good side. But here's a very lucrative one from American Express that I'm actively working on right now. So the American Express Blue Business Cash is a card that will give you 2% back on all of your purchases up to $50,000. And they have a $500 welcome offer that is broken into 2 tiers. First part is a $250 statement credit when you spend $5,000 in the first 3 months of card membership. And the other one is another $250 when you spend $10,000 in the following 6 months. If you have $15,000 of spend within 12 months that you can kind of work in to the rewards that make sense for this card, you're getting an extra $500 plus 2% back on all of those purchases. The other thing on this card that I'm taking advantage of is the 0% introductory APR. I love doing this. It's a little more complicated and isn't for everyone. If you've ever had problems paying off credit card debt in the past, I would shy away from this. You might fall into a trap where you're paying more. But for the first 12 months of card membership, you'll be getting a 0% introductory interest rate on all of your purchases. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a bunch of spend on this card and leaving that on the card and just making the minimum payment. I'm going to put an example of the spreadsheet over here with kind of my plan, but I plan on putting about $15,000 on the card within the first 6 months. Because those purchases are staying on the credit card and not leaving my bank account, that $15,000 is earning interest in my high yield Wealthfront account, and I'll be making a good chunk from that. I'll leave a link in the description to this spreadsheet so you can see, would this make sense with your spending coming up for the offer? But it's close to an extra $600 in interest. Because this is also a business credit card, it will not report to your personal credit report. At least that's been my experience with American Express business cards and Chase business cards specifically. So a couple important things: if you're doing the 0% APR, you still have to make your minimum payment every month. It's usually about 1%. And what I do is I just set up auto payment. So for a $15,000 balance at the end of 6 months, it's like a $150 payment. And most of that money that I otherwise would have been spending is going to be earning interest in my high yield savings account. This is the most important part. Check your statement when it first comes out and see when that 0% intro period ends, and mark your calendar for that date and a month before that date, and make sure you have a payment schedule to pay off that credit card before you start accumulating interest. You'll be getting 5% in your bank account through this offer, which is a good chunk of money if you have a good savings account. But if you let that lapse, all of those purchases are immediately going to get dinged at about a 20% APR. So you have to pay this off. Otherwise, American Express will get the best of you within 2 or 3 billing cycles. So to get this credit card, I recommend having at least a credit score of 670. So let's add that $13.93 to the Fat Stacks counter over here. So with our spending and our paycheck out of the way, let's talk about the simplest way that banks make money off of you, and that's just how much money you have in the bank. There's a really cool offer out right now. It's not technically a savings account, it's a brokerage account, but the rules still apply because you're just depositing a certain amount of money into the account and then they're going to pay you out. M1 Finance right now has an offer for $250 when you deposit $10,000 into a new brokerage account and leave it there for 30 days. There's a lot of data points right now that people are getting paid out within 2 or 3 days of depositing that $10,000. This is a really cool one to get. The downside to this is you're taking $10,000 that I would leave my high yield savings account and would be getting about 5% for 30 days. And that's a little chunk of money that you're missing out on. But I did find a workaround so that while the money is at M1, you can have a very low risk way to make about 5%. I'm personally using my 10 grand and just buying shares of the Treasury ETF SGOV. This SGOV ETF basically just tracks the current Treasury yield, which are the government bonds that are backed by the US government. And they give a payout every 2 weeks based on that APR, which is about 5%. For your $10,000 deposit, if you invest that money in SGOV for those 30 days, you'll be getting about the same amount you would have otherwise been getting in your savings account, plus that extra $250 bonus. So we'll add $250 for the bonus for M1 to the Stacks counter, plus another $41.60 or so for investing in SGOV for those 30 days. Okay, and then the last offer this month is a really interesting one. I could have put it in the paycheck section, but because there are 2 ways to get this bonus and there other way is not tying up your paycheck, I'm putting it here in the savings section. The offer is for Northwest Federal Credit Union, and they're giving $400 for people that sign up through the link in the description. It's not an affiliate one, it's just their public one on the website, but you have to have a $500 direct deposit or more for 3 months in a row, or just a $500 ACH transfer from your checking account per the terms. So what I'm doing with this one is putting $500 in from my Wealthfront account into my Northwest account, then pulling it back out so it's still getting interest in my Wealthfront account. And I'm doing that for 3 months to meet the requirements for this $400 offer. As I talked about earlier with the Chase Ink card, this offer also has $500 worth of credit card funding. I personally funded it with one of my Chase Ink cards for the extra cash back. It went through just fine. So when you apply and you have a card you want to get some extra points on, that's a Visa or MasterCard, I would get the extra ones and just pay off the card with the amount of money that you funded the account with. Since it's a credit union, it's not a national bank, you usually have to join some sort of organization if you don't live in the area where the credit union is located. What I did is I joined the Appalachian Trail Conservancy. There's a little screenshot here on the screen or an overlay that's going to be showing you kind of what I clicked on. And then once I signed up, there was just a little bit of identity verification and document verification from the bank and signed me up for that organization so I'd be eligible to join. Let's add another $400 for our cash this month. Okay, so to recap how we made $2,400 in February this month, we signed up for the Wealthfront paycheck bonus of $325, opted to do the American Express Blue Business Cash offer and leverage that 0% APR offer along with the sign-up bonus to get $1,393.75. Then we got another $250 from M1 and kept that $10,000 while it was aging for 30 days in the account, invested into a treasury ETF for another $41. And then we made another $400 just by depositing $500 in and out of a new credit union account. And that brings the total to $2,410.92 for February 2024. So if you found this video helpful and you want to help other people make $10,000 this year, hit that like button so the almighty algorithm can spread the wealth around. Also, leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Are you deciding to work on any of these offers this month? Are there any that I might have missed that maybe fit your situation a little bit better? I'm always trying to improve these and find the best value I can for everyone, so just leave me a comment down below. And as always, if you want to be reminded of how beautiful you are each and every upload and learn how to make a new fat stack of cash, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be posting this $2,000 in about 2 hours video every single month and have a lot of other videos throughout the month with other offers and strategies to help you make more money this year. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Click over here to subscribe. Click over here for the almighty algorithm's best choice for the video that you would like from mine after this one.
I'm out there making fat stacks. We're making money, sky high stacks.